Hi everybody and welcome back to FM23 with the Youth Academy only save, and it is the first game of the new season, and the only reason we're back early is because we have got rid of 13 players, maybe more actually, and quite a few of them for cash. Let's go and have a look. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the save, and as you can see we are on the transfer history page and £10 million worth with players that we have sold. I said at the end of last season we're going to have a big squad overhaul, and we certainly have done that. So, start from the beginning, I guess. Leighton Farr, a goalkeeper that had never made an appearance for us, was never going to make an appearance for us. We've sold him for £1 million to Championship club QPR. So, Leighton Farr has gone. He came through with a bit of potential, but with the goalkeepers we've got, was never going to play. Gareth Earl is probably one of our more experienced players that you'll know. Went out on loan last season to Sheffield United. They tried to make it permanent with a bit of like £8 million, but he didn't want to move to them. But then Schalke in the Bundesliga thought they'd take a punt. 6.25 million for Gareth Earl, and he is gone out the door. So 31-year-old Gareth Earl wasn't going to play for us, hadn't played for us all last season. He's gone. We got a bit of money for him. Marley Adlard, which is interesting, £300,000 with a sell-on fee as well. It's sort of progressed a little bit. Got to the age of 22 and his technicals had done literally nothing in terms of improvement. Physically, he had improved quite a lot, as you can see. Mentally, he was getting there. And had played a handful, 22 appearances for us last year, but a 6.65 just wasn't enough to cut it, even though he did get 2 assists as well. So we thought we'll cash in on him and make space for other youngsters to come through. So Marley Adlard has gone. Podrick Thornton, another goalkeeper that was never going to play for us, has moved to Blackburn. They've got a bit of a bargain here, £115,000 for Irish under-21 international. But again, never played for us, was never going to play for us, so we cashed in. Free up a bit more space. Lee Whelan was the last one for cash. £2.2 million to West Brom. Again, no improvement over the 4 or 5 years he's been at the club for his technicals, really. Mentals were lacking a lot as well, though he did have work rate, decisions and teamwork, which is something I do look for. But physicals were okay, wasn't amazing. Looks like West Brom are going to loan him out straight away anyway. But no appearances for us. 24 appearances on loan at Preston last year. A £2.2 million move to West Brom. I think they've overpaid, to be honest. So Lee Whelan has gone as well. We've sent out 3 players on loan. Dean Cliff, another goalkeeper. We're going to try and keep hold of this guy because he may have some potential, but we'll see. We tried to sell him. No one bit. We've sent him out on loan to Sheffield Wednesday. Harry Robinson, who is a pretty nifty looking left winger, but hasn't improved as much as I would have liked technically. But crossing, dribbling, technique, all looking okay. Flair, composure, bit of pace on him as well. Hopefully he gets a lot of first team football at Grimsby and can prove what he can do. I mean, 1 appearance, 1 assist, 1 player of the match, and 8.1 is a pretty good way to start. And then Barry Lacey has been sent to Sutton United, our affiliate team. 21 years old, 6'3". Could be pretty good. He was sort of highlighted as potentially a good player, but hasn't progressed as I would have liked. Again, no appearances for us so far, but loans at Blythe Spartans, Sutton United and Sutton United. Again, his average rating suggests he's never really going to cut it for us in the Premier League. So that's the outs in terms of monetary and loans. And then if we look at our release players, this is where it gets really interesting, because a lot of these players we're in and around the first team. And don't worry, Patreon and channel members, if your name is in this list, you will be getting another Patreon or channel member or player before the next video. It's just that, I wanted to plough through and make sure I got this video out, because when you're watching this, I'm going to be in Hong Kong. So, yeah, I'm travelling again. Apologies. Brian Dyson. Yes, right back. Very good mentally, pretty good physically, lacking technically, but 32 years old now. A very good player at the club, stalwart, a couple of loans here and there, but sort of came into the first team in 2014, 950, and 33 appearances, got good 6 average ratings and stuff, but really performances dropped off in terms of appearances last season, only 1 assist from right back as well, so yeah, he's gone. He's a free agent. Probably the biggest loss of the lot, to be honest. Jake Mills, really hopeful for him when he came through, finishing 15, composure 13, was a good little player. But again, he found appearances just dwindling as better youngsters came through. But again, a good career that you've had at the club. I mean, 2043 to 2058 is very, very impressive. And only 1 loan away as well, 4 games at Marsk, where you didn't score and you were pretty rubbish. But then you came back into us in the Championship and did pretty well and stayed with us in the Premier League. So, yeah, a bit of a bit part player. A lot of these would have been sub appearances, but Jake Mills moves on. So, not too bad. Jerry Knights, one I was hoping to get money for, actually, Jerry Knights, but a couple of loan spells away. Never really solidified a first team position for us, but we just had to let him go because, yeah, 28, was never going to play. Just get him off the wage bill. Don't renew his contract. Lovely stuff. Loic Nijhuis is here as well. Right back that did play a handful of games for us, but wasn't progressing technically. 25, 5'6", was lacking a little bit of what we wanted. Again, never really cemented a first team spot. The one loan at Aldershot was sort of the full season he played. But yeah, very poor last year when he came on. So again, we've got rid of him and you'll be getting a new player now, Loic, which is good. Bernard Sanusi, again, a player in the first team, has been picked up by Barnsley very quickly. Very, very good in terms of 6'1", jumping reach, decent fitness, strength. Should have been a lot better, but again, got phased out just when we got better players coming through, like 5 appearances last year, 20 before that, 24, 26, 17, 19, 36. Had done well for us coming through the academy, but it just felt like the right time to move him on. The Nigerian international, no less, as well. So Barnsley pick up an international on a free transfer. Phil Lewis, another full international, Trinidad and Tobago, 27 caps for them. He's been picked up by Carlisle. Again, I thought he was going to do better, but just didn't really progress in anything else technically. Mentally didn't grow too much. Never really improved his work rate, which we were trying to work on quite a lot. And physically was lacking a little bit in central midfield. Huge bit of thunder outside my door there, outside my window. But yeah, again, never really cemented himself as a first team player. Has dropped down to League 2 and is performing pretty well down there. Jake Pears was an attacking midfielder who just broke into the first team last year. But again, with the players we've got progressing from the under-21s and the under-18s this year, was never going to get a lot of football, so we let Jake Pears go. He had 2 appearances last year, played a lot of times in Europe, if I remember rightly, 4 sub-appearances in Europe, but yeah, never really performed. We've let him go. He hasn't got a new club, so yeah, bit of a shame, Jake Pears. Colby Tate was a left winger that I don't think ever saw play for us. No, we didn't see him play for us at all. No new club, 5'6", had some decent attributes, but again, no progression whatsoever through training and things like that. Sebastian Lossell was one I was really excited about when he came through, but just technically was completely inept for what we want to do. Can't do anything in central midfield. Good physically, good determination, good work rate, but just didn't work out for him. 34 appearances on loan last year at Ashburg, and Uta Harching have now given him a chance with 2 appearances, but you can see he's playing non-league and then third league football. I think that pretty much sums up that he's not at the level needed for us. Damon Goldson, another one that actually had quite a few first team appearances for us, has moved to Tranmere on a free transfer. So you can see here 9, 12, 5. This season was his best, 25 for Sutton United, 12 for Dover Athletic as well. Came in, had a little bit of a stint here, 12 appearances, 2 goals, 4 assists, a 7.06, but never really kicked on. His technique, his first touch was good, probably passing a little bit low. Work rate was really poor, teamwork was poor. There's a bit of a running theme in all the players that we've released, to be honest. James Hume is a player that you won't know too much. I had high hopes for centre-back, but was never going to make it work. Not picked up a new team, as you can see. Went on loan, 45, 29 appearances, but never played for us. So James Hume has gone. Logan Nix is another one. Thought it was going to do really well, the English-American. He's now moved to the MLS to play for Portland Timbers, but never really made an appearance for us. Did all right at Nottingham Forest on loan, 38 appearances, 6.7, but seems to be settling down well in the MLS. And then Freek van der Velden, who we basically only gave because he was a Dutch guy with a great name. He has actually got 5 under-21 caps at the age of 19, but no one's given him a punt. He could tackle, he's got good technique, he's got good leadership, but everything else was far too low for what we needed. And again, never threatened the first team. So yeah, that is all the players that have left. So lots of changes this season. You can see here we've got a pretty good settled squad for the first team. A few players coming up. So Ricardo Madison, back from loan, is potentially going to get a stint, but he may also leave the club on loan. We'll have to wait and see. 43 appearances in League 2, 7 goals, 3 assists and a 6.66 suggests he may struggle. But he's got some decent attributes that we could use. But we're looking towards a new intake of youngsters, or progressive youngsters. So Michael Schmidt, Kiddie, Joe Page, Fintan straight this year should be getting more football. Matthew Bissett. Ben Campbell-Scholes is promoted to the first team to see what he can do. Crossing 10 is good for his age. Passing, tackling, technique, all looks pretty good. At 22, he can now step up into the first team. Who else have we got? We've got Big Des, who will be having an important season, although you can argue he did have an important season last year with 16 appearances in the league for the first team. But good aggression, good bravery, good determination, good teamwork, good work rate, really good physicals, and is improving his technical stats as well, which is really good to see. Alan McAdams has earned a new contract just as a complete backup to the centre-back. So, yeah, he's in. And that's not it, because we've got unavailable, haven't we? So let's just go not at club like that. Because El Toufe, he stepped into the first team last year. 15 appearances, 6.69. Was having a good time. He just got injured for a few... he's out for about a week, actually. Got injured just after the last pre-season friendly, which was a little bit annoying, to be honest. But yeah, we're doing all right. Faris Lenihan is one I sort of wanted to give game time to, but his work rate's really crap. And he's never really played for us. He's never really done it. So I think he'll be going out on loan to Woking by the looks of things. But yeah, it's a revolution of the squad, or an evolution of the squad. They're not revolting against me, to be honest. But yeah, lots of changes. It's a more tight-knit team. We're going to be calling up from the under-21s when we want to. What we've done is anyone who is basically over the age of 20, we have sent them out on loan. So you've got your 20-year-olds in here, but they still can progress using training if they're over the age, basically 21 or over, and they're not in the first team. We're sending them out on loan. But yeah, the youngsters doing all right. John Paul Stockwood is too old to be down here, so you can go to the under-21s. But yeah, should be in a decent position. Now, pre-season has been okay. We've been trialling my friend Bustanet Dowjit, if you watch him. I've sort of nicked one of his formations that suits our squad really well, and he's a very good tactics builder. So we've changed to, we've got two choices now. We've got a 3-2-3-2 DM asymmetric striker, or our 4-4-2 diamond, and as you can see, we've got off to a cracking start against Real Madrid. 3-3 at the Guiseley Stadium, which was very nice indeed. And then we stuck with the asymmetry against the bigger teams as well, when they were playing a 4-4-2. And we only narrowly lost to Tottenham 2-1 and only narrowly lost to PSG 3-2. And then beat Barcelona, believe it or not. And then we saw out the friendlies with two very easy, comfortable wins against two of our feeder clubs. But interestingly, if we go and look at these games, look, we're the team in white, okay? More match domination, more shots, more chances, better XG, much better chance creation against a good Barcelona team. PSG, again, we sort of matched them for XG. They scored with a penalty in the 89th minute, which gave them a better XG, but match momentum was in our favour. We were doing well with that one. And then Tottenham again. Tottenham had the better of us, but we were creating decent chances for that. But yeah, Tottenham were just a level above the other team. So yeah, we're in a decent position. But today we're taking on Southampton in the first game of the season. They should be lining up in a 4-1-2-2-1. So we're going to start with the diamond, because that is generally what is better in my mind against the 4-2-2-1, although we could be a bit potentially a little bit short of players on the flanks. Now we're going to go back to having a Mazzala, but we're going to go back to ball playing defenders in here. Just it's all about tweaking as you go in this game. It's all about tweaking as you go. So in goal, Carlos Victoriano. Right back, there's not really that much change to our starting 11, even though I have gone, I was going on about, changes to the squad, but really it's about getting rid of the deadwood. So we're going to go Joseph and Carpenter at the back. Left back, we'll go Kai Harding. The half back will still be at Liberge. Next to him in the middle will be Andrew Neeson, and then Eric Klingspor, who has got into the Swedish team, which is good. And Carlos Victoriano went to the World Cup for Portugal as well. But the Enganche will be Alphakoff, wherever he's gone. There he is. And we're going to change our striker. Crimson Mori will become a bit more rotation. Sorry, Crimson. But, needs must. And we're going to be starting with Phil Carney as the complete forward, and Jeff Hogg will be coming in as the advanced forward. So Crimson Mori up there. Schmidt on the bench, Joe Page on the bench for reasons that we shall make you aware of soon. Chilsom, Mossametti, Campbell-Scholes, Big Des, and we sort of need that's the right back. Let's go Joel Paz over Alan McAdams because he can play centre back as well. So no goalkeeper on the bench. Let's get into it. Here we go then. Away at Southampton for the first game of the season. 4-1-2-2-1 is predicted correct for them. They had a good season last year, I think, and we're going to be playing in our yellow kit in the diamond, which we know and love. So let me just slow the highlight speed down because we're not playing on the speed we need for me to get through the season. Carpenter with a good header. It's Herrero into Morales. Morales back to Herrero. Chavez looks over the top and Dejan has got in, but his shot is pretty poor and just hits the bottom of the post and the side netting and goes out. So we've got a couple of formations we can use this year. Hopefully we can extend where we've been doing well previously. We are back in the Europa League after winning the Conference League last season. And confident. Am I confident? I'm not sure. Have we got a squad that suits the formations we're going to be playing? Yes, we have. And are we in a good position for what we've done in this save? Definitely, as Alfakov picks up the ball, turns into Jeff Hogg. Jeff Hogg back to Harding. Klingspor looks over to Neeson, but it was always going to be a tough pass to pick that one out as Chavez just clears it away. John Carpenter into Gray. Alfakov turns and holds up the ball back to Atliberge. Gray, you can see we're sort of teasing Southampton to come and press us as Gray on a really good run down the right-hand side. Puts the ball in. Carney with a header. It hits the side netting. A decent effort for Guiseley while starting to sort of turn the screw and dominate the game a little bit more. But I do think we need to make sure that we're in a good position here. Good header away. Alfakov flicks it on up to Carney. Carney's tackled by Kurd and Morales picks it up and there's a run in behind and it's Beestin, but he's forced wide by John Carpenter. Kirchie on the head, hit, deflected and in. The referee's going to check it, but I think in that huddle of players he was onside there. And it's going to be given because the flag hasn't gone up. So it's 1-0 to Southampton. It's a lucky goal from Zoltan Hegedus. I don't know how much he knew about it. Beestin, John Carpenter blocked the cross well. Churchy had the first time. It's just hit him. He knew nothing about it. It's unlucky. It's an unlucky goal to concede against the run of play as well. And that is very, very irritating. Now, we could mix it up and go to our different shape. But I don't really want to risk that just yet as Atliberge wins the header. Klingspor into Jeff Hogg. Jeff Hogg! It's a great save from Bartiofsky in goal. Oh, come on. It's not going to be one of those games to start the season, is it? As Alfakov looking to swing in the corner, puts it in. John Carpenter attacks it, but Chavez gets it away in air quotes, goal scorer. Hegedus brought it away, but you can see we've been the better team, creating the better chances. I'm going to say I want a much better display. We're not going to go easy on them this year. We are now a definitive Premier League team, and we should be picking up results and playing better, to be honest. So I'm just wondering, is this a game where we can afford to throw a few more people forward? Is it a game we can afford to do that? Do we want to go all out at the beginning of the season? I don't think we're going to change it up just yet. Ben Campbell-Scholes will come on for Aaron Gray. Neeson will come off for Crimson Mori in that central midfield role. That's not a problem. He's done that a few times before. And we're going to bring on John Mosametti. No, we're going to bring on Big Des. And he's going to come in here as a defensive midfielder and just sit there. But I think we will try and squeeze them a little bit more because we need to get back in this game. We're away from home. We do have to remember that. But yeah, luckily we do have players that just means we can switch formations quite easily as Hegedus puts this one in. Chavez with a header off the bar and then Kai Harding heads it over for a corner, which is good defending, to be honest. 64 minutes gone. Hegedus will be on the set piece. Swings it in. That's easy for Carlos Victoriano to just pluck out of the sky. Right. You can see Southampton are starting to looks like take control of this game. So this is our 3-4-3 asymmetric system. And this, I think, is how we're going to play. I just need to sort this out now because there's a lot of moving around. So Jeff Hogg goes up there. Alfakov sits in here, but Alfakov's probably a little bit tired, actually. So we can probably do this. Crimson Carney, Jeff Hogg, Klingspor, Alfakov, John Carpenter, Big Des, Joseph. Those three at the back should be fine. And then we'll do Alfakov off for Mosametti. Klingspor's tired as well. He can come off for Chisholm in there. And that is all of our subs. So Kai Harding's going to have to get through the game on that left-hand side. Part of me is now thinking potentially we leave Klingspor on or at Le Berge. Let's just cancel this for the moment. We are still paused. Okay, good. So into tactics then. We go for this. Oh, we've already subbed off at Le Berge. That's irritating, isn't it? Right, so Carney goes into there. Crimson Mori plays here. Alpha Cough and Jeff Hogg switch places. Campbell Scholes is right. Kai Harding's left. Carpenter, Des, Joseph. That's fine. Klingspor, Alpha Cough. So who's tired? Klingspor and Alpha Cough both do need to come off. So yeah, Chisholm and Mossametti. And that is it. So yeah, Kai Harding has to play this whole game. So hopefully Southampton don't score here. And this the 3-4-3 gets its first outing, and you can see what it's all about as McIntyre goes back to Breda into Bell, robbed by Crimson Mori. Alpha Cough is robbed by Bell again though. He comes forward. Big Des tries to put some pressure on. Into Herrero. Morales down the right, cross in. Joseph heads it away. Kai Harding can't get there. Des clears up. Alpha Cough. Kai Harding. Let's just build from the back. Joseph, lots of space on the right hand side. He picks out Campbell Scholes. Campbell Scholes down the line to Crimson Mori. That's a big tackle from Dell, and he managed to win the ball. Big Des, Crimson Mori, Alpha Cough, Klingspor, over the top, into Jeff Hogg. Jeff Hogg, it's there! Do we want to stick with the changes? I don't think we do. Cancel all the changes. With the diamond gets us back 1-1. Lovely football. Crimson Mori into Alpha Cough. Just flicked it on left to Klingspor. Lovely ball over the top, off the back of the defender. And Jeff Hogg gets a goal on the first day of the Premier League season. Now I'm like, we stick with the diamond. Kai Harding does come off for Joel Paz. And then we're going to do a little bit of an interesting change. We're going to do Phil Carney for Mossametti. And Crimson Mori is going to go up front. And that is all 5 done. These players on the pitch can switch to the 3-2-3 if we need them to. But, you know, we're back to 1-1 away from home. We've been the better team. 10 minutes to go. What can we get out of this game? Is there anything that we can just pick up? Now, what I do want to do is go to their holding midfielder and tightly mark, tackle him hard and show him to his weaker foot. Yeah, this guy here. He's the linchpin in a 4-1-2-2-1 or a 4-3-3 DM. As McIntyre has a throw in. Short to Higuedas, puts it in. Morales turns. Oh, as if he scored that. That's terrible defending. Such an easy turn. Oh, it's a good goal from Southampton, but that is poor to concede. Very, very poor. Right, Big Des, Joseph, John Carpenter. Jeff Hogg goes up front. Mossametti can play in here with Klingspor. Paz to the left. Campbell Scholes to the right. Alpha Cough can actually sit in here. Oh, and we go and try and get the win. Mossametti. Back to Joseph, up to Crimson Mori, Campbell Scholes, Mossametti, Chavez with a huge tackle, and he's injured Mossametti, and the ball's been put out of play. No substitutes available, so he's off. He's just, unfortunately, he's just going off, and we've changed into our very weird shape, so we're going to have to just do this. I mean, I do have a system for going a man down, but it's not designed to sort of get us back into a game. Man sent off, there it is. So funnily enough, it would actually be exactly similar to how we were playing. But yeah, switch those two over. Campbell Scholes, Paz, John Carpenter. Okay, let's see if our 10-man shape can get us out of trouble. I doubt it, but that's going to be the end of the game. Oh, we didn't deserve to lose it. We've had the better XG, created the better chances, had the match momentum. 2 goals against the run of play have switched that game. Unbelievable stuff. Tough to take, but you can't win them all. I'm proud of your efforts. We actually did all right. Ending it with 10 men as well didn't help as we just changed to our more attacking shape, but it is what it is, isn't it? We start the season with a loss. Southampton go 5th with a win. We go down to 15th, and Everton go top. Plymouth become a force in England. It's really, really strange. Arsenal, again, starting the season poorly, as they always do. So Mossametti is injured for 3 to 6 weeks. That is an absolute killer. The fans are annoyed because I stopped changing, but you know they shouldn't be annoyed because let's be honest, I've done very successfully with this team. But yeah, there we go. We'll be back later on in the season. We probably will come back for a Europa League game because I like doing a few more games as the team is settling down. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Next up is Aston Villa. Do we know what they're going to be playing? They're going to be playing a 4-4-2, so we can use the new asymmetric system and go for that. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Please do like, subscribe. Oh, question of the day. What should we go? What's your favourite formation to use to see in real life and to play on Football Manager? What are your favourite formations? There's the question of the day. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.